The topic assigned to my group was global warming. Global warming is something that you hear about. It's brought up in great amounts, and then all of a sudden it seems to be swept under the rug for a while, and then it's brought up again. It's something that has a lot of opinions about it, and there's also a lot of facts based off of it. However, it's most people's thoughts on the subject is more of opinion than it is based off of thoughts. Due to that, when considering this, I feel that you definitely need to consider people's beliefs and values on the subject. You also need to look into the group, the age, and the gender on the group to see what type of people you're dealing with and you're trying to address on this subject. Also, you need to look at the time and the location. Different parts of the country you'll have different opinions due to urban environments that feel that the urbanization and large industry has caused the problem. Also the time. There's many since this subject's been brought up, different periods of time. There's been different opinions and different thoughts throughout the whole idea of global warming since then. My position on the topic, I feel that global warming is something that's been naturally occurring for millions of years. It's happened before. It's just the opposite of an ice age. We've seen that happen, and we've came out of that, and then now we're in a spell where it's slowly starting to rise in the temperature. There is causes from human use towards it, from CO2, from car emissions, and coal-powered emissions. However, I don't feel that a small amount of CO2 we put into the atmosphere is what causes it. Millions of years before any of that was used, it was caused by the CO2 from volcanoes and stuff such as that, which was all natural causes. There was no human interaction in it at all. Today, we may not be helping the cause, but I don't feel that we're the main cause yet again, and that it's just something that naturally occurs, and we just happen to now have the technology to monitor it and notice a difference in such a thing. When I have to consider the audience's opinion on this, I will definitely be considering their attitudes and beliefs on the subject, since it is such something that is very opinionated, and people, whether they read the facts or not, we're going to stick to their opinions most of the time. So definitely something you need to consider when you're trying on this topic, trying to persuade them one way or another. You're going to have some very stone cold evidence to waver those opinions one way or another. Definitely on this subject, age is going to be a major factor, because if you take a group of people that were from pre-global warming and a young group of people that have always heard about global warming, you're definitely going to get two different opinions there, and you're going to get two different ideas about it, and the truths and what caused it, what didn't cause it. I don't feel that gender or race is going to have much of a difference in it. I feel that your where you're from is going to definitely have some influence on it. If you're from a major city that produces a lot of pollution, you're definitely going to have a different outlook than somebody who's never lived in anything bigger than a small town. And time's definitely going to have a big factor on it. Like I said, depending on your time period, where you're from, you're going to have a complete different opinion than I will, from when I'm born to somebody that was born 50 years before me, that was pre the idea of global warming. I've picked these aspects to center my speech around, due to the fact that I feel that they're going to be the most persuasive, and that they're going to have the biggest effect on how the audience takes the speech, and if they take it for a has a different opinion and maybe a different outlook. It's definitely a touchy subject, and people are going to be very held fast on their opinions. Hopefully, picking the right aspects of the demographics to talk about, this will allow you to waver these opinions one way or another. Hopefully the rest of the group members can come up with some good arguing facts, and definitely pick the right subjects to talk about. Definitely picking the age groups and the personal beliefs and the attitudes towards the subject, because that's definitely what it's going to take to get any persuasion one way or the other on this topic, because it's definitely a black or white subject, and there's not going to be much gray in between to convince people one way or the other once they're already decided one way. Hopefully this goes good for everybody. Thank you.